Oh my God.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Tea. I'm Alex Schiffman, and joining me today is the amazing Amy Cassandra Martinez. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for that introduction.
Oh, always here to give you a little, compliment on your Tuesday morning. And Amy, it is a big day because, of course, it's Tequila Tuesday. So do you have your tequila ready to go?
I do. I have it in some sort of a shot glass, sort of, kind of.
Perfect. All right. Well, Tea Tribe, if you're just joining us and you haven't met Amy Cassandra Martinez yet, Amy, why don't you introduce yourself to the Tea Tribe and give them a little insight into who you are?
Okay. I feel like the moment in Legally Blonde where Elle Woods is like, I'm a Gemini vegetarian. But yeah, I am a Gemini, actually. I'm not a vegetarian, but I could almost be a pescatarian, but I'm not. Yeah, I've been with Hollyscoop since May, so I started working at Hollyscoop when the pandemic was already going on. So I actually have never met you guys in person, which is nuts. I have 2 cats, Spielberg and ET, and sometimes they like running around like crazy animals because they are. I love movies, and I'm originally from Texas.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Those are some names for those cats, Spielberg and E.T. Obviously, we know you love movies. Is that
Just
the
a tad.
connection? Are you a big E.T.
Yes.
fan?
I am. I am. I even have a printed script, like massively printed and hung up in my living room of the part of ET where he's like, "I'll be right here." So yeah, I do love ET so much, and I love ET, my cat.
Oh, amazing. Well, Tea Tribe, show Amy some love in the chat. Amy, do you have an emoji?
Oh
A
yes.
favorite emoji?
Yes. What we had agreed on a few months ago was the red salsa dancer, kind of, which ties into what we're going to talk about
Oh,
later.
well, that is mine as well. So let's do the double salsa dancers in the chat, everyone. Kat is saying, hola, Alex and Amy. Tiny saying, howdy, Amy. Fluffy saying, hey, two guys, love a girl duo. Yeah, let's get those 2 salsa dancers in the chat. So, Amy, we got to talk about something because I don't know, T Tribe, if anyone has a birthday this week, but our girl Halsey is turning 26 today. So very exciting. Are you a big Halsey fan, Amy?
I freaking love Halsey. And here's my thing, like what is time? Maybe it was a month ago. I don't know. I put on Spotify and I was like, you know what? I want to listen to more Halsey today. So I just like, you know how you can just click play and it'll just play a bunch of songs. I realized that I love so many of them. I don't necessarily know the lyrics to all of them or the names to
Right?
them. So it makes me sound kind of crazy, but I do love her and I feel like you can just put her music on at any time and just feel better, you know?
You,
And I think that's what we
you
need.
yeah, her music really makes you feel, it's definitely, the lyrics are powerful always. And speaking of lyrics, so Halsey tweeted yesterday that in honor of her birthday, we're going to get tons of presents all week. So that made me new music if I've ever seen a little tease. Well, what do you think about
Hold
that?
on. Well, geez, hold on. I need to like brace myself for that kind of news. My goodness. That's great.
Yes.
I think 2020 has given us a lot of crap, but has also given us a lot of music. And I could use way more Halsey music at all times, I think.
Y'all. T-Tribe, are you excited if Halsey's dropping some new music that we don't know about? That could be pretty cool. Is there anyone you'd like to see Halsey collab with? Like, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but any like dream collab with Halsey?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know everything about music and I don't remember who everyone's collaborated with, but I'm also a massive Eminem fan. Have they
Yeah.
collabed together?
I don't think they
Like,
have, and that would be awesome.
right? Who would you love to see Halsey collab with?
Ooh, well, possibly like another kind of maybe like a Billie Eilish. Like they're both kind of a little mysterious and like we're talking about Billie later today, but I don't know, maybe that would be too kind of similar. Maybe we need something like very different, like Ariana Grande or someone like a pop princess to kind of battle her edgy vibe.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Or like even, I don't know, freaking My Chemical Romance. Like something absolutely different. Wouldn't that be fun?
My Chemical
Halsey, like
Romance.
that idea.
Yeah. Okay, we have in the chat Youngblood and Halsey, Dua Lipa,
Mm.
Halsey, Camila
Ooh.
Cabello,
Yeah.
Selena and Halsey, Demi, of course, Nicki Minaj and Halsey. All right, we got some good collabs. Well, until we get a collab from Halsey, we will stay tuned to hear what present she has for us because that's super, super exciting. And Amy, we've got a lot of great tea to spill today. So let's talk about it. We're talking about Dancing with the Stars, who had their Disney night last night. Teen Wolf's Tyler Posey has a new project he can't wait to share with you. Plus, Brandy Glanville confronted Andy Cohen on her most recent podcast. And you got it. I mean, her sons get involved. It's pretty crazy. And then Billie Eilish gave us a teaser for her documentary coming out next Friday. I know you're a Billie fan, Amy, so I know you're excited about that. Plus, we're talking about Blackpink's new track list with a surprise collaborator. And then BTS's first night on The Tonight Show. It was great and everything we wanted. And then get this, Justin Timberlake recording some music of his own with Timbaland, of all people. So we are going to speculate all about what we're going to get. And then finally, we're finishing up with our OMT story of the day. And yep, everyone, Max Ehrich is continuing to post on social media about Demi Lovato. And Demi's making it quite clear that she is through with this guy and like he needs to move on. So stick around for that later in the show because we have a lot of hot tea to spill before that. Amy, do you have your mug?
Yes.
Are you ready to cheers to this piping hot tea? All right. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Just for Halloween. Let's do it. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right.
I hold mugs like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Isn't it sad that Halloween is canceled this year, technically? Did you hear that?
You know, yes, technically it is, but that won't stop me from celebrating. I am ready. I just got this velvet pillowcase.
I love
I
it.
have like that doesn't mean that you guys can't decorate like crazy. So that's how I'm channeling my Halloween spirit. There's
Me
cobwebs,
too.
there's yeah?
I know. I actually feel the same way. Right after the show today, I'm going to go out and get some, fall, Halloween kind of decorations. I'm just like in that vibe. Listen, it's not going to be canceled for me. And it seems like it's not canceled for you as well. So you can still celebrate in your own way. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Agreed.
Well, let's get to our You Missed It stories. And these are all the stories, T-Tribe, that you may have missed overnight. Don't worry. We will get all the trending tea for you. So first up, we're talking about Dancing with the Stars, and it was Disney night on Dancing with the Stars on Monday, and Tyra Banks kicked it off in a Minnie Mouse ensemble. Then the dancers ran through some Disney favorites from The Little Mermaid to Pirates of the Caribbean with mixed results across the board. So topping the scores last night were Neve Schulman dancing an Argentine tango to Pirates of the Caribbean, and Johnny Weir dancing a rumba to Reflection from Mulan. Listen, Reflection, that Christina Aguilera song is one of my all-time favorites. So let me just say that, we'll get into that. But first up, we got to talk about the bottom, who was Carol Baskin, again, performing a samba to the Circle of Life. Yes, from The Lion King. She's still talking about those lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And this is the outfit. So we'll get to that. What did you think of last night's performances?
Okay. Um, okay, so yeah, I'll talk about the other ones first, and then the one that was just like horrendous. So I am a huge One Day at a Time fan. If you guys have never seen it, you can watch some of it on Netflix, some of it on Pop TV, and then it's coming to CBS. They do not pay me to talk about it. I just love One Day at a Time. And yeah, Justina Machado is competing in this season of Dancing with the Stars. So I vote for her whether I see her or not. But I did watch her performance, and she did Mary Poppins, and it was great. And you know what's wonderful about Disney Night is that people just their performances hopefully should just make you have this look on your face. Right? It's sweet,
Right.
it's magical, it's Disney, right? Like why would you be bummed about Disney? Sky Jackson did a fantastic job with Princess and the Frog. I was literally just like watching her. Neve Schulman as well. Pirates of the Caribbean. That the whole setup was just beautiful, stunning. I loved it. Yeah, I mean Johnny Weir was cool too. Like it was fine. His didn't impress me. His performance didn't impress me. I don't know why, but I don't know. I think that you have so many possibilities to really hit the nail on the head with Disney Night without it being tacky. And some people got it right. Some did not. Alex, what did you think?
Well, I agree with all the ones that you loved. I mean, Disney Night is one of my favorite nights on Dancing with the Stars. Of course, it brings the nostalgia back. Like you said, Disney is the happiest place on earth. So you watch the episode and you're just smiling ear to ear. Neve literally transformed into Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, he looked amazing and deserves a top score. Plus, I just don't know what to do with Carol Baskin anymore. It's like I get it, and I get the whole joke, kind of the self-deprecating. Listen, if you're making me the joke, I'm going to play with this. But it's almost like too much that it's not funny anymore. It's like we were in the joke together, and now it's like, okay, we get it. Also, the lion costume,
No.
that looks like from the Wizard of Oz. That doesn't look like my Simba. I mean, that lion needs some courage if I've ever seen one. You know what I mean?
It's like at a certain point we were all laughing together, like haha. But now people are laughing at her, and I don't think she gets that. I also I don't understand why they. Okay, I get why they felt the need to dress her up and her partner like that, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. There were so many possible options for her to not legit look like a tiger, or a lion. Oh my. Hey, that's a reference to the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I mean, they just had to go the tacky way, and then they ended it with the Carol Baskin. Stop. The Lion King. No, just don't.
Right?
These costumes, they were just a level above Cats. I hated the movie Cats. It hurt my soul. So it just,
So disappointing. Yeah, no, I agree. But if you put that picture up one more time, Leo, I can't do the rest of the show because the picture says it all. I mean, but she's still in it. She's still in the game. And I feel like that's what happens for these types of contestants on Dancing with the Stars that everyone kind of loves to hate. They make it pretty far. So I'm nervous that Carol's going all the way because people just love to see it.
No, please, no.
Right? All right. Well, it was a great night. So, T-Tribe, if you didn't catch it, we just broke it down for you. But if you did catch it, let us know in the chat what your favorite performances were on the show last night, because there were a lot. But let's move on to this, Tyler. Yes.
Oh, I just wanted a quick thing. Some people were really digging the mug. Thank you so much. Amazon. Yeah. Amazon. So.
Yes. It's a great mug. It's a great, great mug. Are you a Hocus Pocus fan? Before we move on.
I am. Okay. Yes. I love all Halloween movies. I'm a huge horror fan. Huge. So, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. All right. Well, speaking of horror, this may be some horror for some people.
Oh.
Despite the recent drama surrounding his ex, actually, Bella Thorne's OnlyFans account, Tyler Posey announced yesterday that he is also joining the site. So posting to Instagram, Tyler said, quote, "You guys asked for it and I supplied. I now have an OnlyFans. Follow the link in my bio and come get wet with me." Yes, he said that. That is one way to attract some attention. But he also, posted kind of a trailer that goes from some Teen Wolf clips to some of his music video clips. And then he ended the teaser with a shot of him strumming his guitar on a stool in the nude. So, T-Tribe and Amy, are you going to sign up for Tyler's content? And with all the controversy surrounding celebrities joining OnlyFans, is it appropriate for Tyler to join?
I am not rushing to get it. I think it's nuts. Here's the thing. So I took a walk down Tyler's Instagram, and I found out something that was pretty horrifying. I don't know if you guys have seen Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez, but her son is played by Tyler Posey, and he's adorable in this. This is a rom-com, super cute if you've never seen it. And I did not know it was him. So immediately after, I went through so many emotions, actually, seeing that it was him, that little kid that was adorable and fun and sweet and angelic is now Tyler Posey, the one that has like a bunch of tattoos. Tattoos are cool, but is doing these things. And I'm like, but you're this little kid and I have you like this in my mind. What are you doing? I don't know. I feel kind of like, okay, sure, whatever. He tested the waters by posting some pretty scandalous photos on his Instagram and then just kind of seeing the reception from that. And so I think that's why he took the jump. As to why the trailer for OnlyFans included footage from movies and things, maybe he feels that people like really love him as a wolf and as a werewolf and really love Halloween in that way, maybe. But I don't know. I'm not about to just like start watching or going to his OnlyFans and subscribing. I'm just not a huge fan of OnlyFans.
You are not his only fan.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank God he has other fans because I'm sure some people are excited about this. I agree with you, Amy, to echo your point. Listen, a lot of the content that he shows on his social media already, if you take a look at his grid right now, there is a little, kind of risque photos on it for free. So why am I going to OnlyFans to pay for it? Obviously, I'm not on OnlyFans. I'm not looking for content on OnlyFans. It's just not who I am. No shade to anyone that is interested in doing that. But I just think that it's interesting that Tyler's joining this. Like, why? Why? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Is he somehow trying to compete with Bella in like a weird way where it's not like, we're exes, but it's just like, nah, yeah, you think you can do it? Well, so can I,
Right. Maybe. I think that obviously, Tyler Posey does have a lot of charm. Teen Wolf, part of his, appeal was when his shirt was off. So he is a man. And I do think that some people will subscribe and look for more content of Tyler. But personally, if he's going to post it on his Instagram, why get it for free? Get the deal.
Yeah. Well, like, I wonder if he is going to continue posting to kind of get, like, more people on board. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And how much money is he going to make? Not like he's going to release that information. Be like, oh, right? Wonderful, look at my check. But
Wes is saying, what's he showing on OnlyFans we already seen for free on Twitter? Exactly, Sure. Tyler, you got to be more creative with your Instagram. If you're going to bring fans to OnlyFans, you got to keep some stuff for the imagination. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And how creative is he going to get? Because he's gotten pretty creative with his guitar, I guess. You got to bring it. That's what we're saying, Tyler.
Right. But for those that are interested, go follow his account and subscribe on OnlyFans. But listen about this. This is something you may be interested about. So Brandi Glanville had Andy Cohen on the most recent episode of her podcast, Brandi Glanville Unfiltered, and she got some serious tea out of the Bravo mastermind. So After Brandy's allegations against Denise Richards spurred most of the drama of the recent season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Brandy confronted Andy about why she hasn't been allowed back on the show. So Andy's previous reasoning for Brandy not being full-time anymore had to do with the other woman not really liking her, but Brandy confronted him about that not being the case anymore, asking what the excuse was now. So he said, quote, "I don't know how to answer that. You're not on an island, but you're not exactly friends with any of the women. I would say you're as close to being back as you've been in a long time." So then, later in the episode, Brandy even enlists the help of her sons to get her back on the show, teasing Andy that they have gotten the okay from their dad to appear on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They spurred him to bring their mom back on. So her son Mason said, quote, "You kind of milked her for everything this season to make some views and stuff, and she hasn't got even half as much as the other housewives. I feel like she should be compensated. She's the best woman I've ever met." Now, it didn't stop there because Brandy's 13-year-old son, Jake, who was at school during the podcast, so this is an after sipper, also had a plea to Andy, posted to Brandy's Instagram story after the interview saying, quote, "I was wondering if you would do the right thing and give my mom her job back like you said you would, because she was like the main focus of the whole season, and like get her money back so we can move out of this place and get her what she deserves." Sounds like Jake is following, he has a little bit more of the Brandy personality in him with that quote. He's also younger, so I'll give him some slack. But do you think Brandy's kids, Amy, can get her back on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills as a full-time cast member? Do you think she should be back on? I mean, this is just, this is crazy, right?
It's so stupid. What kind of full-blown adult is like, yeah, let me bring in my kids so I can like basically ask them to beg me to come back? Why would you want to be part of something where people don't want you there? Like, get a hint, you know? It's like trying to be friends with someone that just doesn't want to be your friend. And it's like, you know what? I'm better off without them. Then you move on. But then trying to bring your children, your teenage children to be like, well, she's the best woman I've ever met, and like, it's stupid, blah, blah. Like, what? No, that's so stupid.
Right.
I would have way more respect for her if she was just like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna go do my own thing. Just leave it. I don't, like, why bring in your kids? That is so frustrated that she brought her kids into it. I don't know.
I know. It's like, leave the kids out of it. I also think it kind of lessens her point, because I do agree with Brandy that her storyline was the entire season. You know, I do think that she does have a case, as Andy said, you know, it's the closest she's been to being back with a diamond in a long time. And I agree with that. But if she played it a little bit more cool, maybe she'd be back. It's also no secret that the women don't like her. And yes, maybe she's in better graces, but even Lisa Rinna, who was defending her all season and going against Denise, who's been her friend for 20 years, Lisa even says, Brandy knows I don't like her at the reunion. So Lisa's even admitting that she doesn't like her. So who wants someone around that no one really likes? But I do think she does bring the drama. If we're looking for the drama, she adds that to the season. But at this point, play it cool, Brandy. Like, you did well. Just sit back and let it happen naturally.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that moment in Mean Girls where Regina George has already done the damage and she's just like watching everything, like after she's thrown all the copies from the burn book, and it's just like, sit back and watch everything you've done. Regina George is not going to go ahead and just be like, bring me back, or like, I'm the center of attention. No, be Regina George. No. That's what we're saying.
Just exactly. Channel your inner Regina George, Brandy, because you guys have a lot in common, and that's what I love about her. You know what I mean? It's like she has that villain in her, so to speak. So just do what you do best and just expect it, and maybe it'll come.
Yes.
But don't do the sympathy vote. Don't add your kids in this, you know.
That's not part of who she is.
Right. Brienne says Brandy is the worst. Go away, Brandy. Oh, Brienne is not a fan of Brandy. Lola says Brandy isn't owed a place on the show. She's rude AF to Andy sometimes, and he gets a big say. That's true. But a lot of the women, in her defense, have been rude to Andy sometimes. Emotions get heated, and I get it. But I mean, personally, I would respect my boss like that, but some people
Yeah.
don't. All right. Well, let's move on to some more difficult news this morning. So, Chrissy Teigen has been hospitalized due to heavy bleeding related to her pregnancy. So, this is pretty scary. So, posting to her Instagram story, Chrissy let her fans know what has been going on and that she has been bleeding for a month. She said in one of her stories, quote, "Every time I'd go to the bathroom, it would be blood. But honestly, just laying there would be blood. But today, the big difference was that it was kind of like you were to turn to a faucet onto low and leave it there. It was at the point today where it was like never stopping." So the issue seems to be stemming from her placenta. She is currently being monitored in the hospital. While she says she is personally doing fine, she has no illusions as to the seriousness of the situation for her unborn son. So she went on to say, quote, "Basically, if I can make it through the next few weeks, if little boy can make it through the next few weeks, then, we can go from there and be able to kind of get through the danger zone or whatever. But we have to get through this first." So yeah, it is scary, but it's scary in the way that there's just really nothing to do. So this is obviously a horrifying thing for any mother to experience. We hope that Chrissy and her child can pull through. How do you feel about this, Amy?
I think Chrissy Teigen is absolutely amazing in everything that she does. And I saw that she posted, it was yesterday, yeah, about being in the hospital and getting a transfusion. And the first thing that she says after that is, yes, I understand, like transfusion sounds way scary than it is. It's basically like getting IV fluids, but it's blood. It's someone else's blood. And I like that she shed a light on what transfusions are and to kind of just uncover the mystery of a lot of stuff that happens that a lot of people don't see during pregnancy or otherwise. She's always been very, very open about struggles and about things going on. And she could have easily hidden this from people, but I like that she's using this as a teachable moment for other people that aren't aware of this. And she's strong. She's just so charismatic. And I think at the end of the day, we just want everyone in her family to just be okay. And I mean, honestly, this is a miscongeniality moment, but I just want world peace, right? And we want people to get along. We want everyone to be safe, be healthy. And the fact that she's using her platform for good is always a great thing in my book.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that, a lot of people don't open up about the kind of negative, difficult side of pregnancy. Not everyone's pregnancy is super positive and you got have that pregnant glow and it's just a wonderful experience. A lot of times, and a lot of women, and Mom Tribe, let us know in the chat, can go through some really, really horrible and difficult times like this. So I'm proud of her and I admire her to kind of echo your point of coming out and speaking up about this and just kind of shedding light on something so serious that can happen to people during pregnancy. It's not always a beautiful experience. At the end, with the child, it is a beautiful experience, but going through it, it's one person giving life to another. Like a lot of things can unfortunately go wrong, and I hope, like we said, that she can pull through this. I know she will. Sending positive vibes her way. But to just end this, in true Chrissy Teigen fashion, she doesn't take life too seriously, and she actually tweeted her hospital room phone number by accident. And so then she tweeted like, "Oops, gotta move rooms because I accidentally tweeted my hospital room number." So, Chrissy always brings the jokes to social media and kind of made light. Not that it is something to make light of, but kind of did her Chrissy Teigen spin on the whole thing. And she's probably changing rooms at the moment. So she is great, and I really love everything she does. And I again send positive vibes her way because
Yeah.
she needs them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I see everyone. Yeah, I see Alex saying pregnancy is so scary. There's 1,000 things that can go wrong at any moment. Very, very true. I know there's a lot of things. Alex said she had 2 blood transfusions. Yeah, no, I get it. very, very close. Karina says,
I'm
for Christy to pull through this. Yes, sorry, Amy, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying that if you guys are reheating the tea, make sure to just leave your well wishes in the comments below. Because, hey, more positivity anywhere, even if Chrissy isn't watching, although you don't know, she might be. It's always good. So if you want to leave well wishes in the comments below, that's always helpful.
Is exactly. All right. Well, on that note, let's move on to some happier news right now. Of course, this is our new music spotlight, and right now we are talking about Billie Eilish. This is some exciting things. Where actually we're not into our new music spotlight, but we're talking kind of an artist in general. So Billie Eilish dropped a new teaser trailer for her upcoming documentary, Billie Eilish: The World's a Little Blurry. So this is exciting. The film is set to release in theaters, hopefully, and on Apple TV Plus this February. The teaser mostly plays just archival footage of Billie growing up and then gives us this date. Billie spoke about the film earlier this year, saying she's all nerves about its release, saying, quote, "I've seen no part of it. I'm terrified. I'm freaked out. They've been filming since like July of 2018. Who has that much footage of them that they've never seen? I'm terrified." So honestly, like, it was perfectly on brand for Billie, but the teaser was kind of a little eerie. Like, I didn't know if I was watching a docuseries or a horror movie. What did you think about it, Amy?
Ooh. Or like a found footage movie?
Yes.
Like a found footage horror? Because it is. They have the footage, they found it, and they're releasing it. Yeah, look, I love me a good like documentary situation about an artist. Ariana Grande had one, and I watched that like nobody's business. Heck, even Lady Gaga's 5'2". I love that stuff. I love seeing what, right? It's so good. I love seeing what artists do when they're like behind the scenes, right? So like before they go on stage and those moments that we see. I love getting to see that. I can totally also understand being a little scared of not knowing what was recorded. I grew up with my mom filming me because like, hey, 90s babies, like the massive video camera, just like, and I loved it. But now I'm like, whoa, like, what did I do as a kid? Like, that's just weird. Now, granted, it's not like it's been that long, but yeah, to just have footage of yourself and not know what it is. It's insane.
Yeah, we got to find those videos, Amy. We got to make you your own docuseries.
I mean, crazy. I actually don't know where those videos are. I don't know.
You got to transfer them to DVD, and then you got to transfer them to on demand. It's a whole process. But so until then, if you can't watch Amy's docuseries, you can watch Billie Eilish. I also like the title, "The World's a Little Blurry," because I think it really speaks to kind of Billie and who she is. You know, she's a little mysterious, and I think the world is still kind of new to her always. You know what I mean? When she talks about stuff, things are still exciting. Like, I once saw an interview with her, and they asked like who the most important person in your film was, like the most famous person, and I think she said like Drake or something like that at the time. And then she was like so excited about it and like fangirling, and I still think she has that like inner, youth in her. And so the world is a little kind of blurry and doesn't all make sense just yet. And I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah. Especially now. It's like, come on. What is the world going to be like now? We don't know. But we know that we will see Billie's. Yeah, what day, what year? No, actually, I can't remember what year it is. But I don't know what month it is. I just know that it's time for Halloween things. And I'm like, is it October already? Are we in the middle of October? No. No, we're not.
Exactly. Right. Well, T-Tribe, are you excited for Billie's documentary upcoming? Let us know in the chat. It's very, very exciting. I'm ready to see it. But I don't know if I'm going to a theater anytime soon. So it'll be interesting to see if it makes it to the theaters, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be on Apple TV Plus. I also want to know if people do have Apple TV Plus. I had it for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna go back to Netflix and Hulu
Right.
and Prime and everything else. So, yeah, I as much as I love movies, I'm not rushing to the theater because no, thank you. I've set up my living room pretty nicely that I can enjoy movies. So I'm ready. I guess
Right.
I might have to get Apple TV Plus again to watch this. So
Yeah.
I'll do it for
Well,
you.
I think that,
I'll do it for you.
yeah, I think that makes sense because Billy also has like a podcast on Apple Music. So I think the Apple TV Plus kind of makes sense. But I agree with you. I got it for the morning show. I watched that. And then I watched this show called Defending Jacob. Have you seen that show? Oh no.
Chris.
Oh no. I think Amy's stuck. Can
Oh.
you hear me? Oh, I think we lost Amy. Oh, she's back. Hello.
No.
Are you back?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You're back.
Okay, cool. I was
Good.
gonna say that I love Chris Evans. I love him so much. I am a nerd, so he will always be Captain America / Steve Rogers
Okay.
to me.
Well, let me just
But yeah, I
tell you that.
haven't seen it.
Okay, Captain America in Defending Jacob. T-Tribe also, if you haven't seen it, you will not stop watching. It's so powerful. He plays this district attorney and his son is being accused of murder, and it's so good. You may have to subscribe for Billy's documentary and then also Captain America.
Also, Haley Steinfeld had a show.
Yes.
Oh, what I can't even remember what it was, but I love Haley Steinfeld. There's a lot of stuff that we need to watch.
There is a lot of stuff. So maybe you gotta resubscribe. You know?
Yeah. It
Dickinson.
started with Billy. Now I have to. I'll do it.
Yeah. Dickinson was the Haley Steinfeld one. She plays Emily Dickinson.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Okay, well, now we are ready for our new music spotlight. So that was a little taste of a musical artist for you. But now we're talking about Blackpink's newest album, The Album, which is set to release this Friday. And fans finally have the track list with some new surprises. The album will have the latest singles, including the group hit single Ice Cream, featuring Selena Gomez, of course. Get those crowns in the chat. And also will feature a new song with Cardi B called Bet You Wanna. So the collaboration's release comes after much speculation after preview images were released and some serious fans pulled out their magnifying glasses on the CD image where a very hazy Cardi B was seen, if you can see that, very close. Does this new track with Cardi excite you, Amy and T-Tribe? And what kind of sound do you think it'll have?
Yes, it does. I really do like Cardi's music. I think also like I've touched on this before, but 2020 has been obviously nuts. But the music that we've gotten, I don't know if I'm just more in the space now that I'm like, wow, we got a new song, we got a new track list. Like, oh my God, we got new stuff going on, new collabs. But I love getting to hear new music. So getting something with Blackpink and Cardi, then I'm here for it. And also, whether you like it or not, you can, if you like it, you can obviously keep listening to it. And if you don't, then you pretend you never heard it and then move on with your life. Like, I think it's a win-win for everyone. As far as what it's going to sound like, I think it's going to be fun to hear Cardi's, like, I don't even know how to describe her music, but this, I snapped and did this. So to hear that, like R&B, pop, rap, because I don't think it necessarily falls into one category. I would love to hear her with Blackpink,
Yeah, where I think like Ice Cream had this kind of pop, bubblegum pop, I keep saying vibe. I think that, Blackpink does have a female rapper in it. So I think Cardi B and Blackpink will have, or their song together will have more of a like rap vibe, which we haven't necessarily heard as much. So I'm very excited to hear that as well. Wesley in the chat is saying the album, more like the EP, only 8 tracks is a crime to me. So there's only 8 tracks, which is true. They need
Yeah.
a few more.
Maybe this is just to test the waters, you know, just to be like, how excited are people about it? They could always release more. Maybe.
Right. Right. Exactly. All right. Well, we will, of course, keep talking about the album set to release this Friday. So I'm sure we'll have more news for you. But moving on to our other favorite K-pop band, BTS kicked off their week-long residency on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night with a performance, of their 2018 song Idol. Now, dancing on a gigantic set in front of an Asian palace, the group of 7 danced to their hit song. They also enlisted The Roots and Jimmy himself to help with a colorful rendition of their hit song Dynamite, bringing serious Brady Bunch energy to the performance while Jimmy tried to keep up. So this is the first one. Oh, here we go. So they did this whole like Brady Bunch kind of esque performance to Dynamite. It was really, really cute. Jimmy obviously couldn't get the choreography down. He kept hurting himself. It was super fun and loved it. And then their song Idol. I really loved it. I hadn't heard that song, and I mean, it really made me want to dance. I could have used a few more like set changes, you know. I did like the lighting, the choreography. They killed it for me as usual, but I would have liked to see maybe different angles and a little bit more kind of excitement with the set behind them. But I think the boys killed it per usual. How did you feel about it, Amy?
Well, I think like watching so many different performances of, I mean, heck, even sports and concerts taking place in a massive space with no real people is strange. And it's something that I think some of us are still trying to get used to. So this was interesting to see them perform on such a big arena without people. But with that being said, I felt like I was part of the dress rehearsal in a way.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, cool. You know, you don't have anyone else, but maybe I'm front and center. It's like a VIP performance. And that's what they made me feel like, right? I love their performances because they always bring it, and they're just so, like, if you lose, like if your attention just doesn't stick with something for too long, they will definitely have it because they're always here, there, jumping. But it's always something, and I love that. And I think that that's one of their massive strengths is that they always bring it. But yeah, I think I'm excited to see like what else they do and how music really continues to evolve with the times. I saw Bad Sons concert like virtually, and they performed in kind of like a little tiny garage, and it felt like I was there watching them rehearse like a band practice. And so as long as like we kind of look at it that way, then it's like we're never going to get these experiences again, right? So just kind of taking that in and being like, ooh, this is different. Let's roll with it.
Remember when we watched virtual concerts like in 2020?
Wow.
We'll tell our kids one. Yeah, exactly. Except their generation, they'll probably be like VR, like dancing with them on stage. It'll be a whole different world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
It is pretty crazy. What else is pretty crazy is this next news. T-Tribe, Amy, I am very excited about this. Justin Timberlake is back in the studio with Timbaland. And Justin took to social media yesterday to post a clip of Timbaland and himself in the studio producing new music together. And he said, quote, back together again at Timbaland. That's it. So take a look at this right now. Now, the clip only shows them bobbing their heads, as you just saw, to a new beat. But fans were excited that the Sexy Back team was back at it. I mean, earlier this year, Justin confirmed that he and Timbaland were working together on his next album, so we already kind of knew something was in the works. But are you excited for the new music? And do you think it'll be Sexy Back 2.0?
Do I think it will be Sexy Back 2.0? Hopefully, yes. That would be absolutely great, fantastic, all the wonderful adjectives. I have a quick story. So in high school, I was in pep squad, and we had to choreograph a dance to any song that was appropriate at the end of the year, and I chose Sexy Back because it was one of the best songs to ever be released, right? And yeah, I mean, I have very fond memories of Sexy Back. It was even one of my songs on my profile back on MySpace. Those were the days, guys. Yeah, it was serious. My love for Sexy Back knows no bounds. So I'm very excited about it. Yeah, bring it right now. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Right? Yeah, I am so ready for it. You know, that little tease didn't give me the feelings that I was hoping to feel. I'm going to be honest. So,
yeah,
you know, it's not a little upbeat. It's more like chill and kind of bob. Maybe it's like an older Justin Timberlake that we don't, you know, more mature Justin and Timbaland. So maybe it won't give us that entire Sexy Back feel that we're looking for. But we know it'll still be good because obviously them working together creates magic. So I'm looking forward to it. T-Tribe, are you excited? Nicole says, bringing Sexy Back around. Alicia says, haha, Sexy Back 2.0. Nicole says, bringing Zaddy back. Oh, okay. I thought Zayn was our Zaddy. That's JT's.
You know what I wish we would have gotten more of, but there was a brief time when JT dabbled in country a little.
Yeah.
It was like that, the Drink You Away. Was that the title of it? That song, I want more of that. So if JT's coming back to music and doing more, I would also like put that on your to-do list. JT, can we add that? Just bring more of that. I want that back.
Right.
Sexy Back and country back.
Sexy and country. We're here for it. And of course, you know, congratulations to him. He just had another child with Jessica Biel. I do want to mention that. So like now, you know, he's a new dad. We want some new dad music vibes. We want to bring that DILF out of him that we know is in there. That's what we're looking for, Justin. So give the people what they want. You know what I mean?
Come on.
All right. Yes. Shout out. Obviously, they make beautiful children and they're a beautiful couple. And that's that. We won't get into anything more. But we will get into another couple because right now, T-Tribe, it is time for our car Jenner tea time. So let's open the gates and get in right now. Yeah, that's what we do. We drive our little car beep beep into the gates. That's what we do now. So Kim and Kanye, they're seriously trying to make it work, guys. So following Kim's post from Sunday with the two of them at a wedding together, Kanye posted last night this photo with the caption, dinner for two, with a dove emoji. So if you can see right there, there's a little table that's glowing in the left side. Kim retweeted Kanye and added two doves of her own. The couple have been trying very hard to reconcile after a turbulent summer of presidential campaigning and Twitter rants and all that jazz. But it may be paying off. So do you think that they are really still trying to make it work? I know we spoke about this yesterday, but it seems like they're really trying to make romance and their marriage a focus and a priority. And they're letting us all know that on social media as well, as they do best. But listen, if it's positive stuff, I'm here for it. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel the same way. To mention like the 10th movie in today's show, I was watching A Star is Born again, and you know, there's that scene where Bradley Cooper's character Jackson Maine like he's going through a lot. Like he's an alcoholic, and he has issues with a situation where he does stuff to at the Grammys. It's like this whole thing, and it made me look at things differently, especially now this year, where you're like, wow, there's a lot that like we could all be learning. And I realized that, you know, as sucky as it is to be able to like to see Kanye go through this, I can't even imagine what it's like to be in that marriage. Both Kim and Kanye being in that situation, I understand that they're very big on social media presence, and I get that. But I would much rather them take this time to take his stuff seriously and focus on him, not necessarily going on dates and like posting about it and like retweeting with doves and stuff. No, no, no. Like just focus on him, get him the help
Right.
that he needs. And then
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't have the together time. They can. But to go out in public and be like, look, everything's fine. It just almost feels like the more you post about things being fine, the less they are. And at the end of the day, I just like, I want them to be okay. And if, even if I don't agree with everything that Kanye's done, like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And I think that as a wife, like, it's not all on Kim to be able to fix all of the issues. So it's difficult. But yeah, I mean, I would much rather them not post on social media and be like, this is what we're doing. Unless it's,
Right.
no, like just don't.
Yeah. It almost feels a little forced as,
Yeah.
a fan that's, and, viewer that's watching all of this play out. I want to echo your point that, Kim isn't necessarily experienced in mental health, and she's not a doctor. And I really like that you said, it's not always the wife's fault, and it's not always her job to kind of fix him. However, I do think that should be the focus. Yes, like you said, their marriage is important, and it's important to kind of salvage that if that's what they want to do with their relationship. But really, it has to start with him, as we've seen. So until kind of he accepts the help that he truly deserves and needs, then I don't necessarily think that they can kind of overcompensate with these date nights, because obviously
Yeah.
he's still feeling and still feeling a certain type of way, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's looking for, but he's looking for something and he's not getting it.
You won't find it at a restaurant.
Right, exactly. Brandy says it should be private, and as the saying goes, one must be in good health to take care of another. Period,
Ooh,
Brandy.
I
That's
like that.
exactly that's
Yeah.
said very, very well, and I completely agree. Kay says, I do feel kind of bad for Kim because I know she is trying her best to fix her marriage, and Kanye is just acting like he doesn't care. Well, I think he does care because he posted about or at least he's, you know, showing that they are going on a date night and they're working on the marriage. So he does care, um, according to him. But it's all just very sad.
Yeah. I just hope, like, I don't know, things change very quickly with the Kardashians, or at least it seems that way. So I hope that maybe by the end of the week, like, I don't know, positively thinking, Kanye goes to where he really, really needs help and stays there until things are okay ish, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. At the end of the day, we want the best for him and for their family. I personally don't wish bad on anyone, and if he really needs help, you got to get it. Um,
Yeah.
but all right, guys, we are coming to the end of the show, so let's get into this OMT because this is just too much. It is too much. We're talking about the breakup between Demi and her ex-fiance, Max Ehrich, and it's not getting easier for anyone, including the fans. So Max has been going on an Instagram story meltdown over the past few days, first posting that he found out about the split via the tabloids, which we talked about yesterday, then saying everyone is trying to thank you next him, and finally topping it all off with desperately posting images of Demi's songs on a story with caption like, Demetria is the best female vocalist alive and everyone should know it. which of course is kind of mocking the whole reveal of his tweets about Selena and that whole drama. Maybe he shouldn't have posted the last one when it sounds an awful like I just said Selena Gomez tweets from a few years ago that resurfaced recently and seemingly got him in this mess in the first place. So despite all of Mac's efforts, none of what he's been doing has swayed Demi. A source spoke to E! News saying, quote, Demi wants no contact with Max at this point. She is completely embarrassed at the way he's been acting and putting their relationship on blast via social media. She wants nothing to do with him. Demi is completely done and doesn't want to see him again at this point. She can't believe she fell into his trap and is really upset over it. So the source went on to say that Demi feels Max is in denial about the relationship and that she wants this to stop escalating via social media, as we all feel. So Max needs to take the hint and at least take it off social media. Maybe he should think about what his pastor character in the movie he's shooting would do. You know what I mean? So do you think, she is doing it because, or do you think Max is right for kind of exposing all this on social media? How do you feel about all of this?
It is so not right for him to be doing this. I am so freaking done with Max. Dude, you're so, just stop. Someone should take his phone away and just, not give it back for a very long time. Stop going to social media. Just stop. It's so freaking awkward. And although I'm not Demi, I can feel her pain. I can feel just how weird this is. We've been friends with someone that's just kind of like, oh, what was I thinking? No, I'm going to pretend that never happened. But he just won't let it go. I thought it was really weird that he was like, yeah, shut up, dude, shut up. Right. Especially because we had written wife on that one Ariana Grande post. Dude, move on. And I just think it's so annoying. And the more that he talks, the less it's possible. The less I like him. I didn't think it was possible. I'm like, stop.
Right?
Just stop.
I agree. I mean, he's losing fans and sympathy every minute. I also think, first of all, Max, if Demi wrote a thank you next, you'd be lucky for Demi to write you a thank you next. It would give you more notoriety, more eyeballs to your movie. And I think that if she can make a hit about you, you should be so proud that she's even giving you the time of day. Also, stop referencing other pop stars. You know what I mean? It's that's what got you in trouble. Stop talking about Selena. Stop talking about Ariana. Stop talking about Demi at the end of the day. And you know what? I just feel for Demi because as a woman, I feel that anger of that annoying ex-boyfriend that's just kind of, trying to play victim. And listen, the guy, he's not a great actor. He's not a great victim. So I think that, at the end of the day, we all see through this. And I feel that this is not really helping his case. And at the end of the day, I keep saying at the end of the day because it is the end of the day. But I do think that one of Demi's red flags and her family and friends, told her were that his intentions weren't good. So it's kind of also his kind of seeking attention as the victim is showing poor intentions also. Yeah. So he's just not accomplishing anything.
All those Instagram stories that he posted made my heart cringe. I didn't know that was possible, but it made my heart cringe. Especially the one where he's like, yeah, I'm here in real time with y'all. And then he said I've got families relying on me for this movie. I'm like, first of all, you're not a doctor. They could replace you. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Second, no one is asking you to stay up late and write about this. And no one wants you to at all in real time or in any time. Just shh.
Right. It's just showing his true colors. I feel that's it. It's showing that he really isn't a man. He's actually a boy. And Demi, again, my girl Demi, listen, you dodged a bullet and you are better off and you deserve the love that you deserve. True, honest, genuine love, and you will get it. And I know
And
we
also,
spoke about this. What was that, Amy?
well, I was just going to quickly say that I hope that if she does write about him, that it's a wonderful, like, insane song, not like, oh, I'm really sad. Like, I know that, like, maybe she is heartbroken, but the more that he, like, says things and makes himself look even stupider, that's not a word, more
Yeah.
stupid, I guess, the easier I think it'll be for her. But I don't want it to be, like, I want it to be like a, you know, not like a,
Right.
you know?
Exactly. And I know we spoke about this before we went live, and we kind of, you made a funny point that he reminded you of Joe from You, and like he's kind of looks like him, Adam Brody, and he's kind of giving off those vibes. It's a little freaky.
It's certainly Dan from Gossip Girl. It is certainly Joe from You. You better stay away, is all I'm going to say. That rhymes.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Well, on that note, everyone, I see you in the chat. And Miss Mika, I love you and I appreciate you. The problem is we have our guest hosts on this week and they don't necessarily know the song or the dance, so I don't want to put them on the spot. But don't worry. I feel you, Miss Mika. And listen, I'll give you a little dance. It's nice to see ya. But I'm not going to make them dance the whole time because I love you and appreciate you and it's always good to see you. And on that note, that is all the tea we have to spill today. Amy, thank you so much for joining us. And she will be back Thursday, everyone. So don't worry. But we will be back tomorrow, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, with Monsi Bolanos again joining us on the show. And if you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the chat all the tea, all your thoughts on all the tea we had to spill. And Amy, if they want a double dose of you, where can they find you?
Well, you guys can definitely catch me on a lot of celeb bites that I do here on Hollyscoop, but also on social media. I do a bunch of different things, and I post a bunch of different photos of my animals, my cats. I talk about movies and all that jazz on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I still have Facebook. Letterbox is a place where you can rate movies and stuff, since I love movies so much. All of that is at Amy Cassandra MTZ.
Yes, and before we go, Amy, make sure we got to cheers our tequila to Tequila Tuesday.
I was going to do both. Yay.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Take a little shot. And that's how we do it here. And on that note, it's time to wash that tea off our hands and get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow, Tea Tribe. Love you. Mwah. See you tomorrow. Bye, Amy.